Hey guys, I thought I'd make a quick video on my newest Hillclimb race car or time trial car or pickup truck, whatever you want to call it. I've had a few people online want to know more about it that haven't seen it in person. So if you don't know me, my name's Cody Puckett. I own Victory Fabrication here in Gainesville, Georgia. We do a bunch of classic car stuff, resto mods, pro touring, a little bit of everything we do here. But this video, I wanted to focus on this car. So this is my 1937 International D2 pickup that I built to do hill climb and time trials. I've been running with the Appalachian Hillclimb series the past few years in this car. It wasn't built for hill climb, but it did really good for what it is. It's heavy, it's underpowered, so I wanted to build something lighter weight, more power, to try to get back to the top of the top times. Maybe once it's all sorted, we'll get some overall hill records, possibly. That's a very hard challenge these days. It's so competitive in this series. But just do a quick overview. It's a aluminum 5.3 single turbo 76 with a 0.96 backside to try to get it to fire off a little sooner, not be so laggy. Side exit exhaust. But basically I just started with some straight sticks of round and square tube and just built a chassis. I wanted to keep the hot rod vibe since that's kind of what my business is. And I ran across this cab on Marketplace and went and bought it. Did a chop, so I took 4 inches out of the A pillar and B pillar to bring the roof down, and then took like 8 inches off the bottom to channel it kind of over the chassis. And then my wife Madeline did some hand painting logos on there. It turned out pretty good, turned out really good. But anyways, it's a double A-arm front suspension. So this is all made in-house. Spent a lot of time jigging things up, running it through the motions, roll centers, instant centers, camber gains, Ackerman, and all that. So typically when I build these chassis or any sort of one-off suspension, I just build it to where there's a bunch of adjustment and everything. That way, once it's all done and on the scales and trying to align it, if something is off a little bit, there's plenty of room to dial it in. But then you can also play with camber gains and roll centers and things like that. I see a bunch of, especially your off-the-shelf suspension kits or whatever, it's a one-size-fit-all. They don't know what you're doing. They don't know your ride height. So you just bolt it in and kind of hope for the best. But yeah, it does use I love using Corvette spindles, C5, C6 spindles. It's a very high-end spindle. And then, of course, any Corvette brake system will bolt on. But so those work out really good. It's got an AccuSump, oil cooler, of course, all that. Tried to get the biggest radiator I could to fit in there. There wasn't a whole lot of room, trying to keep this factory grill. Oh yeah, plus an intercooler's up there. But you know, we sit in the line, we do a bunch of idling, so you don't want to be shutting it on or turning it off and on a lot. So I try to build them to where they'll run cool at idle. Blackmagic fan. The engine, this was a DOD failure Gen 4 5.3, so tore it apart, rings, bearings, gaskets, opened the ring gap. It's stock bottom end, stock cylinder heads, 243s. So really it's just basic stock Gen 4 Valve springs. It does have a camshaft in it, but we took it to the dyno a couple weeks ago, and we were fighting some fuel pressure issues and some boost creep. So only made a couple, 2-3 runs. It made 570 at 14 pounds before we ever started really putting any timing in it or working on full fueling. So I got all that addressed, changed the wastegate, and regulators, and fuel pumps, all that, but didn't get a chance to go back to the dyno yet. We're actually getting ready to load up for our first hill climb of the year, Pineville, Kentucky. So we're leaving out, today's Thursday, we're leaving out Friday morning to go run that hill. Transmission wise, so currently it's a mid-valley 4-speed dog box. So TA2 cars, older Cup car, NASCARs, Xfinity cars, they all run this style transmission. So it's a clutch. You don't have to use the clutch to upshift or downshift. It's dog ring transmission, straight cut gear deal. So I run a 7 1/4 triple disc quartermaster, and that just gets you going. Not much slipping there. Kind of not fun to drive around in the pits, especially with the first gear that's in this one. It's got a 194 first gear, so depending on what final drive I have, it'll run 70-80 miles an hour in first gear, which is great when you're on track, but not for moving around the pits. But yeah, that's a fresh deal. They're really fun to drive. They're really loud, clanky. People ask me all the time, can I put this in my street car? Yeah, you can, but yeah, it's definitely race car parts. Holley Terminator X, pretty standard stuff. Little fuel cell. That's kind of the inside. In the rear now, I'm running a Winners IRS quick change. Kind of based the rear off some Corvette stuff, Corvette cradle and lower A-arms, and then just built some uppers, lots of adjustment, up, down, left, right. So it seems to be working really good. Viking, triple adjustable coilovers. So Viking's been a long-time partner of mine, and I've had really good luck with their stuff. But more than that, they're really good people. Chris and all the guys over there are willing to help out anybody, and they'll valve to whatever you want. So funny story, it's not super funny. 1 year ago, this same event we're about to load up to go to, I took this truck, it's first time out. Second run of the day, the throttle hung wide open. It had a floor mounted throttle pedal for the pedal box that I built for it at the time. You can see it's not anymore. Anyways, little piece of gravel got caught up in that linkage. It hung wide open. Backed it into a rock dirt bank with the left rear right here. Completely destroyed it. Frame rails, it hit so hard it broke the engine block where the motor mounts bolt. Bent all the left front suspension. Both of the wings were bent. The only thing that kept it from rolling over was that corner wing hit the ground. So it was trashed. Brand new Winners quick change straight axle at the time. So it was a 4-link type setup with a lift bar that ran. That's kind of why the layout's kind of funny now, but it had a lift bar, like a dirt late model, that ran up to basically the switch panel almost up there. I was trying something new, and it probably would have worked. It would have took a lot of tuning, a lot of time. So once all that was trashed, I basically pulled the body back off, cut the frame in half basically from the main hoop back, and just redid everything. And then while I was at it, went ahead and did IRS. I'd never built a IRS deal like this before, so gave it a shot. And I've had it to a couple autocrosses, and it seems to work good. But this year we're going to get her dialed in. Hopefully, play with spring rates, play with some front end stuff, and go from there. But yeah, so of course, full cage. It has electric power steering. I've ran this on the Camaro for since it was built. Works really good. Got it on a little dial right here, so you can actually adjust the sensitivity of the power steer, and that's the dial boost. So once the tuning's all done, I'll be able to change the boost on the fly. It is wired for blinkers, and it's got lights and horns and all the street car stuff. So I could get a tag for it and register it. How much I would drive it on the street, that car is all legal and everything. It's got the same transmission and clutch. It's not that fun to drive on the street. But yeah, just some Willwood brakes. This is the 200 tread wears on some 18 by 11s, and then of course we can run the Hoosiers when the weather's nice and it's not raining too hard and when it's warm out. So 18 by 12s square, 335s, 18s. But yeah, just wanted to show kind of what was going on here. All this stuff was built here at Victory Fab. We really like the race car stuff. There's another Hillclimber over there. We're getting that car sorted out. But we like the classic car stuff too. And we like the late model Corvette stuff too. We do a bunch of Corvettes. C5, C6, old Corvettes, whatever. Drift cars, kind of me and some buddies got into that recently. But that's pretty much it. I'll go through some numbers. So with me in it, of course, this thing turned out heavy like all kind of my race cars do somehow. 2,400 pounds with me in it. It was, when I got it all rebuilt the second time, it did scale out really good. So it's literally 50% everywhere, every corner, front, rear, left, right. So of course there's planning that goes into that, but that was kind of some luck. Luck's always involved when you're building race cars from scratch. So I'm not a big fan on fake patina. The cab, this is real. This is how I bought it. So pretty neat. The second go around when I rebuilt it, I went with aluminum bed sides, and they just kind of stood out being the black. So just got some vinyl wrap, try to make it blend in. I guess it kind of blended in, not super good. 9 live swings, thanks to Johnny. He's right down the road from us here in North Georgia, and he's a good guy to know. But yeah, if y'all have any more questions or anything, I guess leave some comments. I've never made a video like this before, but like I said, had a few people wanting to know more about it, had seen some pictures. The bracketry to hold all the quick change in, made that here and had to modify the cradle a little bit. The axles are actually Corvette axles that me and my buddy Devin, Peck Machine Works, we just came up with this coupler deal. So the quick change uses a Porsche 930 flange, and then the Corvette's, of course, Corvette, it actually goes inside the Corvette diff. So we came up with this to mate the two, and then it's just TIG welded outside and on the inside. So hopefully this works. It's true. We ran the run out. There's hardly no run out, so maybe it'll be strong. It'll save a lot of money on custom axles. Was kind of the point of that. But yeah, if anybody's interested in Hillclimb racing, that's a great series to race with. I've raced in a bunch of different series over the years, and man, the people we run with there at the Appalachian Hillclimb series, AHS, they're on Facebook and everything. They're great people. It's competitive, but everybody respects the hill. They all know how dangerous it is what we're doing. So there's a high amount of respect for the road and for the racers and for the people who put the show on and the little towns we get to go to. So that's the other thing. We try to spend money in all these little towns, these little mountain towns, and the community, they welcome us. They want us there. So we have 2 new hills this year, one in Tennessee, and then by Windrock Park, Brushy Mountain, and then one in Shamrock, Well, we actually ran it last year, but it's a new one for us. So yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna let y'all go, and maybe I didn't drag it out too long, and maybe I covered everything. Thank you.